Been a long time since we've been in here, huh? You guys stayed out the rain.
Byron, sorry to be late.
You're good. I had to joke with that, but
Byron, obviously you got a quarter of this team back from these last couple of years, but it's still, I think, roughly 18 new players on this team. What have you learned about this group of guys that just watching over training camp?
well, the core in our base is really still here. It's unusual to get everybody back like we did in past years. That's very unusual. So it's normally like this where you got new guys where you're inserting them in certain spots. But we love the core that we have, and we love the guys that are in them new spots. So it's getting everyone acclimated to our way of ball. They've come in and did an excellent job of that, of having awareness of what we're trying to get accomplished day in and day out. So they do an excellent job of it. We just like where they're at right now.
What does it do? You've got a quarterback, and you've seen Tom. When you add a player like Julio Jones, who has come out here and looked like Julio Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does that do to him, to the group, to everybody in terms of now here's another guy that can still do it?
I mean, you want to have as many players as possible, right? Anytime you go out on the grass, you want to have as many players as possible. Obviously, Julio gives you matchup issues, but we're just working right now. We love what we got here. We love the group. I love the mentality of this group, really. I tell you guys all the time, I love working with this group. This group comes to work every day. So we're excited to get the season started. We're not going to assume anything. We're just going to get to work. And that's what we've been doing, getting to work, trying to get ourselves ready to roll for Sunday night.
Nobody was complacent last year, right? But you brought the whole group back, and you had a bunch of injuries and things. We know what happened. Is it good to kind of have more hunger added to the team like this each year? You've got guys that look, you're all about the ring. They're all about a ring.
Rick, I think this has always been a hungry team, really. I think we were more hungry. We were hungry last year, too. It's just when you don't win, it don't mean that you wasn't hungry. So this group has been that way. Like I said, this group come to work every day. They come to work. Whatever we ask of them as coaches, whatever we think that the game plan got to be for us to get the job done that week, they come ready to prepare that week for that and try to get it done on Sunday. So that's what you appreciate about this group. This group come to work. We don't have to get on these guys about showing up, coming to practice with the understanding of how important practice is. They understand that.
Byron, how has your tight end room evolved during camp, and could all four of those guys conceivably have some kind of role? Have the rookies evolved to that point?
We'll see. It is somewhat different not having Grunk, right? But we'll see. These guys have come in. Our young guys have come in and done an excellent job from a preparation standpoint of understanding what to do. Obviously, they'll get their first taste of the NFL Sunday night, but we like what they've done this offseason. So we'll see how it work out, what roles everybody take, but I like what they've done, put on tape so far. I like the work that they've put in really all summer.
This offense, your quarterback led the league in passing yards and touchdowns last year, and yet you want to improve. What are the specific areas where you think this offense can take a step forward from last year?
I don't want to get into specifics because it's things that we talk about behind closed doors, but obviously we can be better. We feel as though we can be better. There's been a lot of games that we played that we knew we left plays out there, so we just want to be more consistent, really. More consistent at whatever we're doing, running, passing, whatever element of the game, situational football. We just want to be more consistent at it, and I know we can do that. The tape from last year tells us that we can actually get that. We need to do that, so we're just trying to get that accomplished.
I'm sorry if this was already asked. I was in the ladies' room when you guys started. How much, if anything, did you guys miss of kind of that chemistry building between Tom and Julio Jones? Given Tom's absence, and then Julio takes days off as well.
These are veteran guys that's played a lot of football. Both of those guys going to have on gold jackets. So it took these guys 2-3 days to get acclimated when they were here. So and then it's verbal, and some of it's physical. Some of it you need to be on the grass for. Some of it you don't. It's just really communication back and forth about how things are going to really be operated. So I think they're in a good spot. I think they fine. I don't think we missed anything in those 11 days.
And Julio, you know, was dealing with a hamstring injury much of last year. Obviously, it's a new season, but he is an older player, like you mentioned, and sometimes older players need to be on a little bit more of a snap count or just having those things monitored. Have you guys figured out something that will work from a workload standpoint for Julio?
We're going to play. We're going to play. We'll know what that really consists of, but we're going out ready to play.
Rashad White was named number 2 running back. What do you envision his role being on game days? Is he kind of that third down back with Lenny not coming off the field as much?
We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, he will have a role. It's week 1. Obviously, he came in and had a heck of a camp, a hell of a camp. He's a real adult kid. He's a rookie, but he act like he's been in this league before. So we'll see what his role as the year go on. His role will show itself. But right now, we're just ready to play. We're just ready to go out and play, try to execute, try to find a way to win a football game Sunday night.
You're gonna miss Gronk more as a red zone target or as a run blocker or equally both?
I miss the human being more than anything, right? I tell you guys about that all the time. This is a unique guy. To have an opportunity to coach a guy like Gronk was special. The way he viewed life, the way he viewed football, I always tell you guys, I wish I can view life the way he did. I don't think Gronk ever had a bad day. And obviously we'll miss his presence on the field. But I think what makes Gronk so special is his presence in the locker room and the way his teammates feel about him and the way he deal with his teammates. Me personally, that's what I miss the most.
Sorry to cut you off. Byron, you always talk about having confidence in everybody that takes the field for you. But the interior offensive line, from outside, a lot of people are concerned about the inexperience there. What gives you the confidence in Gedeke and Hainsey and even the backups behind them?
I'm around these guys every day, and I don't just say that. You guys seen me in this situation. I really live that. I think it's a lot of good football players in this league. Sometimes you guys have no idea about that because you don't see it on a day-to-day basis like we do. I trust anybody in that huddle. So who's ever in that huddle, I'll have the ultimate trust in them that they can get the job done. Obviously, you know, it's hard to replace a Ryan Jensen, right? You're talking about an all-pro, Pro Bowl center. But we got confidence in the guys that will be in there, and we live by that. I really live by that. I really believe in that. It's an opportunity for some young guys to get an opportunity to play significant snaps, and we'll see.
Are you expecting teams to attack that position? Are you expecting teams to attack that position to kind of test you early to see if these guys are capable of handling it?
We just preparing. We just preparing for everything. So we're preparing for everything, and we'll see what happens.
You mentioned, you know, that you miss Gronk the person. When you have a personality like that, you know, such a unique personality, and every guy that's out there brings a different energy to the group. Like how do you replace that type of vibe and that energy? Like it seemed like, you know, during some of the tougher practices, yes, he's worked hard, but he would also lift the spirits of guys around him. Like how do you feel that kind of way?
The thing is, with football players and football teams and coaches, it's never really the same. So like I told you guys, for us to have the same team, I think 2 years in a row, that's very unusual. So we expect that. You know, people that's involved every day, they kind of expect that. And that's kind of part of football, really. That's part of football. We love who we have here, though. We love who we have here. It's just Gronk's a unique guy, especially personally, right? Who he is as a person. But that happens every year. That's part of the game, playing the game of football. Locker rooms are different really every year, so you just have to adjust and move on.
Byron, what are some of the biggest matchup problems that the Cowboys have presented to you watching the film?
Well, the film is the film. Obviously, we'll see. We'll have to see, really. We're preparing for everything. We're not really we're just getting ready. We're just getting ready to try to play our best football that we can play. Understand we're playing a great opponent. Understand they got great players on all 3 levels of their defense. So we're just trying to get prepared. We're not really focused on one guy. We're trying to focus on the good group that they have. We understand what type of group they have. So we're just trying to make sure we're getting ready to roll.
Okay, thank you. Thomas?
I know.
Thank you.